The Toughbuilt Stacktech. I do have it. It is here in Australia. It is not available off the shelf for everyone else though. I had a mate in America buy it from Lowe's. I think it was about 400 USD, which is roughly 600 Australian. And I got him to ship it over with a larger shipment. So I'm not sure exactly how much it costs to get it shipped, but I'm presuming all up, including the cost of these, it's probably about $1,000, maybe $1,200, which funnily enough is about the same price as the equivalent packout, Milwaukee packout setup off the shelf. So yeah, it's already a lot cheaper. I don't know what they're going to be priced when they actually come to Australia and they're off the shelves. I don't know who's going to stock them, whether it's going to be Bunnings because they do have the Toughbuilt, but they are trying to hit that commercial demographic at the moment. So I don't know if they're going to go into other stores. So with that pricing in mind, I'm wondering if we should be comparing this to the packout, which I definitely will be doing because that is the top of the range storage modular system for getting your tools on and off site, into your car, whatever you're using it for. It's definitely the best you can buy. Absolutely love it. I use it every single day. I've used it for years, and we are going to be comparing it to the Toughbuilt Stacktech. So realistically, already I am very excited as that pricing is way better. It's definitely a lot more affordable for most people, which is the biggest turnoff for packout. But let's get into a first look, which is all this video really is going to be. We're not going to be delving too much into the comparison, the side by side. I just want to have a first look, tell you what my thoughts are, go over a few of the mechanisms, the locking mechanism, how it all works, how it all feels. I am going to be looking at the axle. Obviously, if you've been following, there have been, I wouldn't say problems, it looked like problems, which Toughbuilt have said isn't a problem. That in one of the videos, it looked like the axle couldn't hold up to the weight. So we'll definitely be looking at that. I'll put a lot of weight into this. I'll put it to the limit, and then we'll go into other setups and that sort of thing into other future videos. First of all, I do have to say that the look of these is bang on. I absolutely love it. I think they do look very durable. They are very appealing to the eye. I wouldn't say they look cheap. I've seen other brands, other similar products that do look a lot cheaper, a lot more flimsy. I'm still skeptical about the handles and the wheels. We'll definitely see about that. It might be just on a bit of a lean at the moment. We might just move that around. There we go, that sort of just sits on. It's exactly the same as the Milwaukee one. Each of these has the handle on the side, which is loose there, but then it clicks up like that. I actually like that. It sort of sits in spot. I do actually like that. And they do feel solid. On the side here, we have got the locks, or the lock space. It's definitely enough for a padlock on each one. Milwaukee's ones are all different. They're all on the front. If you can see here, sort of a little bit annoying because I actually use a Python lock which goes through a lot of these, but that's just myself. They are a little bit hard to get to on each one, and having a lock, yeah, just on the front isn't the best for myself. It's not something I've liked, but that just could be a personal preference. Then you've got it on the other side as well. Whether you have to have it on both, I wouldn't think so. If you've got it on one side, so it's good to be able to choose. We've got these rails. Ooh. There's a bit of a rock in there. Don't forget, this is my first look at these. I have had them for a couple of days, but literally put them in the car, brought them home and rolled it into the shed. So I haven't had any time to look at it. So this is first-hand experience with the boxes. But yeah, back to these. This is metal. This is plastic. It's definitely solid plastic. This part here feels really durable. Like, I don't know if it's a different material, but that's definitely metal. And then obviously these are for their accessories, all the attachment points on each one. Got them on each corner, just behind the sticker. Then you have the locking mechanism or unlocking. So that's unlocked now. Nothing else required. Pull it up. As you can see, that's actually on the crate. But then when we push it down, well, don't even push it down, you're locked in. So that is fantastic. That works extremely well. Same thing on the other box. You can do it one-handed. So we'll go more into that in a moment. We'll look at this one. This one's the little organiser. These are IP65, so we'll have to try that out. I think they are all IP65 from what I've seen. These are a little bit different. Just a little lever. That's all we're working with. Nice and easy. Locks in on the back. So you just slide that in. You slide it. Yeah. So there's a bit, definitely comes loose fairly easy off the crate. So there's obviously a little bit of a problem there if you are stacking them and they're on the car moving around and you've got it on the crate. We'll give it a go on the other boxes. That fits so good. It goes on there so easily. So I don't think you're gonna have a problem otherwise unless it's on that crate. So this just has an easy latch. It all looks pretty good. No points where I could see that really breaking. So that's what we're looking at. Brochure. Oh, this actually comes with separators. Love that. So that's definitely another difference with a lot of the Milwaukee ones. They don't come with a lot of separators, dividers. So I am glad to see that. Comes out nice and easy. Put in whatever. Takes a little bit of fiddling. I guess you could probably take these out separate. So I can just have the two. Away you go. You've got the handle on top. Goes away nice and snug. Next one, larger organiser. Open up. Got all the buckets, a couple of organisers. I'm presuming they're going to sell these separate, so if you wanted, oh yeah, that comes out. So you can pull these out, have stuff down there. You could probably put a few larger tools in there and then all your bits and pieces, or I don't know, you make up your own mind. Then we pull that out. Feels strong enough for those, which is good. I'm presuming, I would have thought you'd be able to put another row of these in, but it's just that. So yeah, take it or leave it. Actually, can you open why wouldn't they give you a bit of extra space? As you can see, that lip is in the way. Can you lift? Would not say that's the best, because we do a lot of that. Because you've got them stacked, you're not always going to take them off to get to the second, third, fourth one. Obviously that's why we love the drawers, and they are bringing out the drawers, including the rolling box drawers, which is something we all were waiting for from Milwaukee, but they haven't released them yet. I'm not sure why they didn't do it first, because I would have thought that'd be the first thing you'd go for, but it is what it is. I guess we're just gonna have to wait. So at the moment, you're gonna have to unstack each of these to get to them. And to give you a quick look at the pack out ones, like I've got that one loose. If I want to get into any fixings or tools, I can, or that one's not actually locked in. Let's just do this one. So that actually locks in and out, and then you can get into there. So to get back into that, I've got to, it's not a big thing. So that's what we're looking at. More brochures, a couple of sides off like that. Throw your bits and pieces. Put your foam, tools. That's if you use foam. I'm not one to use foam. I like to utilize as much of the space as I can, and the foam I just find spreads everything out. It does look really nice. It's very organized. I've done it with one box for my laser, but that's it. Larger box, nothing in it. Nice big size, more brochures. So this is the rolling box. A couple of these, looks like they probably go on top here, which is good. You've got two of those, nice large size in there. Don't know what you want to do with that. Usually I just have all my power tools in there, or the battery tools. So now I wanted to look at the actual locking mechanism. So it's just a couple of grooves, 1, 2, 3, 4. You've actually got this one here, which goes into that groove, which obviously locks it in. So when you push this down, there we go, that works really well. All of them go. So if I pull this, okay, I thought there was actually 4, like 2 others that did the exact same on the back. So all this is just on the spring release, which I actually like, because I thought you were doing all 4 off that one, which means there's more breaking points. But realistically, these should last as long as the plastic holds up the fixing and the spring. So it goes in, locks in. It all feels very solid. I do have to admit, it's not a flimsy, cheap mechanism. Don't know how long it's going to last, obviously. And with all the dust and materials on commercial sites, I don't know if it'll lock up, if it won't lock, if it won't unlock. That's probably my biggest worry with this mechanism, but only time will tell. Around the back, they have gone all out on the clips. That works extremely well. Fantastic, guys. That's an easy fix. I actually sell the pins from Neat Tools for the pack out ones, so a little pull pin which allows you to do that. But that's a very good fix. So we'll slot it back in. But at the highest point, you're looking 396 mil from the bottom to the top. So we'll measure the axle. Feels good. 0.39 inches, or 0.39 freedom units, and 9.9 millimeters. So we'll go again. Yeah, you're looking about 10 millimeters. So we'll measure the Milwaukee. We have 12. We'll go again, just in case. Yeah, we're looking about 12 millimeters, which is 0.47 inches. Is that right? I don't know. I don't know what freedom units look like. So obviously there's nothing in it. Feels almost exactly like the pack out. So if you're used to that, you're used to this. £250 weight capacity for the bottom drawer, £100 capacity for the larger box. Let's put 250 pounds. Let's work out what that is first. 250 pounds, carry the one, 113 kilos. So that's 112.5. Will it flex? Looks like there's a bit of flex, but I don't think it's in the axle. I think it's just a little bit of play in the wheels. Even looking at where the bar goes through, looks like it's solid, so it's not even able to flex. Oh no, you can feel it under there. So it's hard up on this, so it's not going to be able to flex within there. If it's going to flex anywhere, it'd be here, but I can't see it happening. All I think we're seeing is that little bit of play in the wheels. So I can't really see that being a problem. That's 112.5 kilos. So I'm very happy. Over time it might be different, but yeah, but so far it feels absolutely solid. I would be happy to rock this on site. I think I'm gonna have to wait for the drawers before I get it onto site, because I just can't live without the drawers anymore. At the moment, I'm using the last setup that I showed, and I'll leave a link to that at the end of the video. I'm using the 2 sets of drawers on the trolley as well as the crate on top, and that's been absolutely fantastic. Fits all my tools, I can get to them, I don't have to unstack them, roll them around site, and I do love that setup. I believe I've answered most questions. I do know people wanted to know if it's going to be any good for a step. Yeah, it's definitely solid. It does say no step, just like the pack out, but we all use it as a step. I'm not saying you should, totally up to you. And then the other question, does it work as a smoko seat? I think it's actually more comfortable than the pack out because you don't have all the ridges in the middle. Not bad. Make sure to ask me any questions that you have about the system and other things that you may want to see. We might do another couple of videos in the future with all the other accessories, the other boxes as well, including the drawers. I'll probably end up testing the IP rating. Definitely let me know what you think. Is this the pack out killer, as I did bring up in the last video on this setup? Is this something you will change over from pack out to, or is this more something you would jump into if you didn't have the pack out? Now I've got to take all these back. If anyone wants a job, I need an apprentice. Oh.